Welcome back to the program. It is now time to go to TNA and Ring of Honor for this week, starting with TNA and their next pay-per-view, Turning Point, which is 1 week from this Sunday night, November the 9th, live in Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida on pay-per-view. Now, unfortunately, this event is not going to be on high definition because the only way you can really get through a TNA show or a pay-per-view is you either have to be high or deaf. Anyway, 3 matches have been announced for this show, and all 3 of them can really be considered main event matches. The big one is Sting defending the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against AJ Styles, Samoa Joe facing Kevin Nash, and Booker T puts up the Legends title for the very first time against Christian Cage, which, you know what, that match might not be that bad, but I think Sting and AJ Styles is going to be the best match on the show that night. Okay, time to go to Ring of Honor, and going to start with the results from last weekend's shows. Starting in Danbury, Connecticut, Ruckus defeated Jason Blade, Sarah Del Rey defeated Ariel, Rhett Titus defeated Grizzly Redwood, Brent Albright defeated Jay Briscoe, the Necro Butcher defeated Mark Briscoe and Delirious, and then Prince Nana comes back to Ring of Honor. He says that he is broke, he has no more money, no more crown, he just wants a job, and the security dragged Nana away. Jerry Lynn defeated Claudio Castagnoli. Go Shiozaki defeated Austin Aries to retain the FIP Heavyweight Championship. And in the Iron Team match, it was LAX defeating Kevin Steen and El Generico, Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black, and Chris Hero and Davey Richards. The scoring order went Age of the Fall first, pinning Homicide, then Davey Richards and Chris Hero making Kevin Steen submit. Then LAX scored the last 2 falls, Homicide hitting the Lariat on Chris Hero, and then hitting the Cop Killer on Jimmy Jacobs. Now, the next night, Edison, New Jersey, started off with a couple of pre-show matches. Ernie Osiris and Alex Payne defeating the Ninjas White and Yellow, and Vin Gerard defeating Grizzly Redwood. Jimmy Jacobs defeated Austin Aries in their first of the final 3 matches, which saw Brody Lee assist Jimmy Jacobs in the win. Brody Lee and Delirious defeated Cheech and Cloudy, in the Do or Die tag match. Prince Nana came back out to the ring again, but security escorted Nana out. Poor Prince Nana. Kevin Steen and El Generico defeated the Osirian Portal in a non-title match. This was the other Do or Die tag match. Go Shiozaki and Necro Butcher ended in a double countout after both men brawled in the crowd, and then the Age of the Fall jumped the Necro Butcher right after the match. Brent Albright defeated Chris Hero. 6-man Mayhem saw Davey Richards defeat Claudio Castagnoli, Rhett Titus, Jason Blade, Hallow Wicked, and Ruckus. Tyler Black defeated Jerry Lynn, and in the main event, the Briscoe brothers defeated LAX. Now, of course, as everybody probably knows by now, the show in Edison, New Jersey was Gabe Sapolsky's last show as the booker of Ring of Honor. He, apparently from what I could figure out, was fired. And, you know, at first I was shocked, you know, Gabe, who has been basically the heart and soul of Ring of Honor for so long, like Paul Heyman was the heart and soul of ECW. Gabe was the heart and soul of Ring of Honor. He put all of his time and effort into the company. And, you know, at first everybody was like, oh, Ring of Honor's dead. There's no way they're going to be able to, you know, come out from this. And then you hear that Adam Pearce is now the booker and his style, and people are still saying, well, Ring of Honor is not going to make it too much longer, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm saying, let's give this a chance. Let's honestly give Ring of Honor an opportunity. As much as we all loved Gabe, maybe Gabe leaving the company was something that Ring of Honor needed. And, you know, Adam Pearce, you know, he really hasn't booked that much. All we know is he booked some in the West Coast for AWS Wrestling. And, you know, honestly, we don't know what Adam Pearce could do for them. Hopefully it's going to be great things. I really want to see Ring of Honor continue. I'm just saying, don't give up on Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor's been given up on so many times since their inception in 2002, and yet they always manage to find a way to come back. They really do. I mean, if you look at it back in 04 with Feinstein and that incident, everybody had Ring of Honor for dead. And then they had the best 3-4 year period, that anybody could remember in quite some time. Probably since the whole Monday Night War era. So really, let's not put, the nail in the coffin on Ring of Honor and get the obituaries ready. Let's see what Adam Pearce can do. Let's see what Kerry can do. Let's see what the boys in the back can do. I really think Ring of Honor has an opportunity, and I'm not saying this as a Ring of Honor fan. I'm saying it as an optimistic wrestling fan. Let's see if Ring of Honor can pull out of this. Now, their next shows are in 1 week, and they make their return to Canada. Now, they start off on November the 7th with their debut in Montreal, and this is a pretty stacked card. Of course, everybody knows the main event, a world title elimination match featuring Nigel McGuinness, Go Shiozaki, Kevin Steen, and El Generico with the Ring of Honor world title on the line. In a rematch from Respect is Earned 2 with the winning team to earn a shot at the Ring of Honor tag team titles in Dayton, Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black against Bryan Danielson and Austin Aries. Roderick Strong will go up against Davey Richards, Jerry Lynn against Delirious, the Necro Butcher against Brody Lee, the Briscoe Brothers against Kenny Omega and Kenny King, and Eric Stevens against Eddie Edwards, plus from IWS up in Canada, Dan Paisan, XS, Stupefied, and the Green Phantom will all be in action that night for Ring of Honor. And then they make their return to the Toronto area on November the 8th. If Nigel McGuinness is still the champ, he will defend the Ring of Honor world title against the Necro Butcher. Kevin Steen and El Generico will defend the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship against the Briscoe Brothers. Austin Aries will face Jimmy Jacobs in a dog collar match. A three-way match has been signed. Bryan Danielson, Tyler Black, and Kenny Omega. And Jerry Lynn will face Davey Richards. Plus, Go Shiozaki, Eddie Edwards, Roderick Strong, Delirious, Eric Stevens, Kenny King, and more. That is a look at TNA and Ring of Honor for this week. When I come back, the results plus my prediction to the Battle of Los Angeles 2008.